very important review, and I haven't done a movie review since like Doctor Strange, so I need to start redoing that again because so many good Marvel and DC movies came out this, well, one DC movie. It's what I really enjoy. I go see them anyway, so it came out Friday and I just seen it yesterday, so I seen it 2 days after it came out, and oh my god, there are spoilers in this. Probably going to be a lot of spoilers in here. Click off if you don't want to watch that because I think you don't want to because it's going to ruin the movie for you partially. Thor Ragnarok, okay? This movie was so good. Oh my god, this is my favorite Marvel movie. Now, I laughed more at this movie than I did at Deadpool. Like, this movie is like so good. I don't even know where to start talking, so I'm just going to start talking about the overall movies and movie in general before I start getting into anything. So first, I've never been like a huge fan of the Thor movies. I like the idea of Thor, like the character of Thor. However, I do not like the Thor movies. The first Thor movie was okay. The second movie, The Dark World, I didn't like it at all. I don't own either of the old Thor movies. To me, they have outer space and they didn't take advantage of this outer space thing because I guess it was too weird or something, so they didn't take advantage of it, and they really should have. I think after Guardians of the Galaxy came out, they decided they could be a little weird with this space stuff, and they really went weird in this movie, and it was really, really awesome.
Wow, I didn't hear any thunder, but out of your fingers, was that like sparkles?
They've had some really good actors in here, like they always do. It's Marvel. Anyway, the great movies in here. It was hilarious. It was cute. It was exciting. I really enjoyed it. I really did. So I really enjoyed it. It's A+, and now I want to talk about why it was a very good movie. Don't let the last two Thor movies convince you that this isn't good, because it really is good. This is the best Thor movie. This is probably the best Marvel movie that's came out. First of all, I would like to talk about the storyline just really quickly before I get into anything else.
The goddess of death has invaded Asgard.
Destiny has dire plans for you, my friend.
Well, I have dire plans for Destiny. I'm going to stop her.
Alone?
Nope. It's me, Loki, the big guy. And you.
Here we go! Did you see that?
First of all, it's kind of Asgard gets destroyed. There's no Asgard at the end of this movie. But it's fine because like this whole storyline setup of he finally gets his like really good thunder powers, you know, thunder powers. He's actually goes full God of Thunder in this movie, and it's really awesome. And he doesn't have his hammer anymore, but it really doesn't matter because he's pretty cool without his hammer. I mean, I missed the hammer throughout the whole movie. I was like, where's the hammer? But he didn't need it because he got his power from, you know, within, from his dad dying. So yeah, Odin's gonna die. So back, Loki's alive, which we know from the trailer, and he comes back and he takes over Asgard, you know, and he sends Odin somewhere, wherever, and Odin is the one protecting Asgard from Hela, which is his firstborn child, Thor and Loki's sister, and she is the goddess of death, and she has basically helped him get the 9 realms and take over however all the people and kill people in order to get to where Asgard is today. So it ain't all peachy in the family tree. He's fighting his sister Hela or whatever. She's in there. She's really cool, actually. Really awesome, but she's a bad guy, so can't love her too much, but you know I do. And just in like the whole like dynamic of this thing was set up, and then he gets and finds Hulk and on this other planet where the Grandmaster is, and then they have like their contest of champions. Like it was just great. I'm like, oh, it's dipping the spoon in all the Marvel comics here, hey. The whole like setup of this movie was like perfect. And they're on a spaceship, and he's actually king now. He has to be king because, you know, Odin died, so he has to be king, and Hela can't do it because she's evil. And we're not going to put Loki in charge of anything, so of course Thor gets the throne, and he's leading all of his people to Asgard, away from Asgard, and it's just really beautiful and whatever. And at the end, the teaser, I couldn't see what it was. It looked like it might have been like Thanos's, that like crown thing he wears on his head, but I can't really tell. And I can't really tell what it was because I was like, I couldn't, like, I don't know, I just couldn't tell what it was I was looking at. So it might have been Thanos, but it could have been something else. So whatever. Also, Doctor Strange makes an appearance in this movie. I knew he was in it for a little bit because it was like at the end of Doctor Strange's movies, he goes and tells them he knows where Odin is and he fills up Thor's beer and all that. So I knew that he was going to be in this movie, but I didn't think he was going to be in it as much as he was. He wasn't really in it a lot, but his part was pretty big. It was pretty cute, and he's actually mastered a lot more of the mystic arts, if you will. So it was very interesting. Let's talk about Surtur, whatever. I can't say his name. Anyway, he's basically in the beginning and the end, and he's a very important character. And he basically is the only one who can defeat Hela, and he does at the end, you know. So Hela's done and over with. As Marvel movies go, they don't keep any villains around for some reason. I'm like, they keep Loki around because he's not really that dangerous. I mean, he kind of is, but he just does mischief, so he's not like dangerous. So, you know, they keep Loki around, but they don't keep anyone else around. And I'm like, that's not how the comic books are. All the villains get away. All the villains come back. One thing I don't understand, though, he basically is the only one who can defeat Hela for whatever reason. And no one else can defeat Hela because she's the goddess of death. Okay, well, how come Thor in the very beginning of the movie defeated this dude in like less than 5 minutes? Like, not even trying that hard. And he defeated him, and I'm like, if he can defeat the only person that can defeat Hela, then shouldn't he be able to defeat Hela? I don't know. I don't really know much about Thor's comic book history, and I mean, he's basically, his whole storyline and most of the things around him are based on mythology. So I haven't read up on the mythology of this or the comic books of this, so I don't really know why Hela gets defeated by this guy, but Thor can beat him. I don't know why. Anyway, we'll move on from that. Now let's talk about how cute Korg was. Like, oh my gosh. They made him blue or purplish for some reason instead-ish. I mean, I don't know. That doesn't really bother me, but he was so cute. They made him so like innocent and like sweet. How can we talk about the Grand Master?
1, 2, 3, 4. Ding, ding, ding.
I think you're gonna like this.
Here we go. Here we go. Wow, it's main event time. Hey, hey. I want to get a closer look at this. I am the god of thunder.
Wow. Wow, I didn't hear any thunder, but out of your fingers, was that like sparkles?
Thor.
Like, he was so funny, and like, he wasn't really evil. Not really, to me, he wasn't really evil at all. He was just kind of trying to do his job, trying to keep his wealth. Like, he wasn't doing anything that, I mean, he was doing a lot of things evil, but he really wasn't that evil. Like, when all his workers wanted to call them slaves, he's like, I don't like that word. And she's like, prisoners. And he's like, that's better. Like, he had like a funny side of him. Like, I don't know, he just didn't seem very evil to me at all. I really liked him. And he was played amazingly. I like him more in this than I do in the comic books. Like, I like him more like this. I don't know, it's probably just the actor, but it was really good. I hope he's in Infinity War. Like, I don't want them to just get rid of him. That's why he's alive still, because he's not a real villain. He didn't do anything that evil, because when they do something super evil, they're like, we have to kill this guy off right now. I want to talk about the Hulk for a minute. Or the Incredible Hulk. I've never been a huge fan of the Incredible Hulk. Not just in movies, but movies, cartoons, comics. I've never really, like, I don't hate him or anything. I just have never really gotten into the idea of it, like, Hulk smash, like, I just never really liked it. But this movie, he was so funny and, like, cute and sensitive, and he was like, he's like, Thor, not my friend, he Banner friend. Like, they talk like a Frankenstein. In all the other movies, he hasn't really been anything. And in this movie, Incredible Hulk shined. He didn't shine more than Thor. To me, Thor and Incredible Hulk shined perfectly together, and they were, like, on the same level. And they, like, really grew as characters. I mean, now we'll talk about Thor. Thor grew. I mean, he's funny, and he was, like, not so stuck up and kind of, like, arrogant. He was actually very sweet, kind, and he was like, you know, he's kind of like a mixture of Tony Stark and like Captain America going on there. Because I didn't like hate the Thor character. It wasn't like my favorite. It wasn't like super into him, but now I'm like, yes, he's like perfect. He's funny, he's kind of stupid, with like, not being stupid, but kind of like, I guess you say kind of accident prone or something. And Loki, I mean, Loki's always perfect. I mean, now Valkyrie, she was awesome. Okay, I know she's not exactly like, I mean, she didn't have the big Valhalla looking outfit on, you know, so she wasn't like perfect or anything, but I liked it. I was really interested in it, and she was really cool, and I hope they put her in more movies because I liked it. Anyway, Valkyrie is in Asgard, there were these group of women, and they were protectors of Asgard, and they were called the Valkyrie, and she is one of the last Valkyrie. Because she has the tattoo, so you know she's the Valkyrie. And she, whenever she went to go fight Hela at the whenever it happened, she was the last one. Everyone else got killed, and she escaped somehow. She does not look like the comic book Valkyrie. Valkyrie has blonde hair and is white, and you know, but I don't really care about it because back then, when most comics were being made, we're talking like Silver Age of comics here, or like Bronze Age of comics. It was around the time when it was like a racist time. So most characters were made white. Almost all characters were made white. And it's not, I mean, it's not, you don't have to make all your characters white in movies and stuff. So I get the reason they kind of put different colored races and stuff in these movies, because they're trying to branch out, because Marvel, whenever this was coming out, you know, back in the 50s, 40s, 30s, whatever, it was a racist time, so they couldn't have a black, Indian, Mexican hero, you know, so it was with a white person. She was probably like, she was my second favorite character, new character in this. First one, I really liked Hela, except she's gone, you know, because she's a villain.
Hela's invaded Asgard. I'm putting together a team. It's me, you, and the big guy. Look who it is!
I have to get off this planet.
Here we go!
Biggest muscle in the body.
I've got lots of muscles, so technically more brains.
And she wanted to kill the princess in the beginning, and after her dad left, died, she was able to be set free. And she was super powerful. I mean, honestly, she was the goddess of death, but she didn't have any like powers like to control death in this movie. She kind of just fought really well and shot shards of black stuff, which might have been metal or something. Otherwise, she didn't really control death. It honestly looked like she didn't have any powers. The way that it was filmed, it just looked like she kind of had like a telekinetic power or something. I don't know anything about Hela, so I can't talk much about it because I don't know anything about her really. Watching this movie, it was hilarious. It was great. I hope that this is how they're making the Marvel movies now. This was great. This was funny. It was serious, but then it wasn't serious. Like, they had serious moments when Odin died, him telling his son all kinds of really heartwarming stuff to make his thunder come out. Him wanting to get home to save his people running and hiding. It had serious moments in it. However, it was very lighthearted, and you knew everything was gonna be fine because it's a superhero movie. When Thor was getting his haircut, he was all like toughy. It was when Stan Lee came in, he was the haircut person, and he was like, please don't cut my hair, please. He's like, please don't cut it. And even me, I was like, don't cut his hair, it's so pretty. Because he's got that long blonde hair. I was like, don't cut his hair. They did. He had like a buzz cut. And I love this new Thor. Like, it's great. I mean, he kind of was always like that, but it was so like toned down and serious in the first two movies because I guess they didn't want to make it look like it was stupid because it was outer space, you know. But they really, like, after Guardians of the Galaxy, both of those movies came out, there is nothing serious about the outer space part of the Marvel universe. So I think they accepted that and they went crazy and like weird, and I'm glad they did. Also, the title of Ragnarok is what it's supposed to be called, as Asgard's Armageddon. So that's what it is. And we did not get a Hulk planet movie like I thought it was gonna be. We didn't get that, so I thought it was gonna be something like that, like it was gonna be like Hulk Planet or something, but it wasn't, so it's fine. Fun fact, Valkyrie has actually defeated Hulk once before, very quickly because he did not want to hit a woman. That's right, Hulk, be a gentleman. That is my review for this movie. This movie is great. Give it 5 stars. It's really good. I cannot wait for the next Marvel movie. As for the next DC movie, I will try to hold my breath.
What are you doing? Thor Ragnarok is in theaters, like, right now. Like, currently.
Go. Get up. Get a move on.
Oh, why are you at home?
Quick, you're gonna miss it.
I'm sorry.